You are.
Toad's unconscious.
You totally are.
We're recording, so you can give your recap.
I guess. Someone's a little pushy.
Well, I was saying that to Dave, since he's been giving so many good recaps as of late.
Oh, you want to go then, Dave? I'll let you go.
I died.
Last time on D&D and Alamo, the party ventured into the frost snow-covered valley, discovering the city. Walls partially broken, the gate nearest them frozen solid. They encountered, in the woods, what the fuck are you doing? Stop that. A dwarf, after they heard his voice come from nowhere. It seemed he'd been trapped in the Fey realm for who knows how long. Unable to discern time differences as nobody had discovered a calendar previous to this, the party decided to invite Sven along, as he could help them potentially bring down the ice bitch. However, they first went to an outpost and tracked down some trolls. After finding the broken down tower with a small opening, the party was too loud, and the trolls heard them. As the trolls came forth, a battle ensued. The party got a taste of Sven's magical might. As he wielded his weapon, the party fought. Jay was brought low. Was this the end? Had they won? Were they at least victorious? No! The giant ice chief came rolling out. Troll chief came rolling out. Massive forearms waving. Ah! Alright. That's what you get. Any party additions to the recap?
No, we were basically just about to get everything pushed in by
Yep.
him.
I burned all the cooldowns on the not boss.
Oh yeah, Call Lightning is still up.
Call Lightning is still up. That lasts for fucking ever.
Start a fire with it.
Alright. Option. Maintain initiative or reroll?
Maintain.
I don't
Might as
care.
well just maintain.
Alright. Then, go to the top of the order with Eric's already pretty wounded. Where are we all? Eric stands among the trees about 60 feet away from the dome tower where the troll chief has made his way out, pushing his massive forearm bolt through the door. Before him, about 20 feet closer, is Pavu. About 25 feet to his right is the door. Jean-Marie lays 10 feet unconsciously far from the door. And Sven lies a mere 30 feet from the troll chief, returning on his way back to the party after he chased down the attempted runner, blissfully unaware of the troll chief behind him. Eric, what do you do? Music too loud? Good. I can't tell. The headset on. It blocks
It's a
some of it.
little loud, but
I always have a tough time with that. The headset blocks some of what's coming through the speakers. So I hear it nicely, but...
It's fine.
You said everybody's within how far of me?
The door is 25 feet to your right. Pavu is about 20 feet diagonally closer to the troll. Jay is 10 feet past the door on your right. Sven is about 40 to 45 feet from you, about 20, 30 feet from the troll.
guys, give me a second.
And here comes Kid on camera.
Alright, I'm back, sorry.
I'm gonna go for ensnaring strike.
All right.
First shot with my bow is a 28.
28 is a hit.
Alright, so ensnaring strike will go off.
And what does that do? I know I have to make a roll. I don't remember what else it
It's a
does.
strength roll advantage if he's large, I believe.
He is large.
I'm giving it a shot anyway. Strength saving throw or be restrained by magical vines until the spell lands. Larger has advantage. DC's 15.
Though your arrow strikes, the vines seem unable to make a grasp upon the troll, as his multitude of limbs and massive size allow him to easily pull free of their grip.
That's unfortunate, but I figured it was going to happen.
Watch out, Chris. Vaping kills.
Second shot's a 27.
Hits.
3, 8.
Does ensnaring strike not do damage?
Not if it fails.
No.
If it succeeds, it's like 1d6 per round as they're restrained, but...
Gotcha. Legolas, what are your L5C?
So,
Sorry, just came up.
Uh, 21 damage.
Alright. Your arrow strikes home, delivering a solid blow against the creature, which roars in bubbling anger. As it does so, you realize a second head lies under the armpit of one of its forearms on the left side. It too roars in pain and anger. Something fucking. Anything else?
No, that'll be my turn.
Jay, death saving throw. Way to start the session.
One to the bed.
Double Lawrence's last comment.
Hell of a way to start. Alright. The troll gives another mighty roar and comes trundling out. Hampered by the walls, makes it just past them. As it gives another mighty roar to the air, all four arms spread wide, as you can see bulbous growths, warts, and pustules all across its icy colored skin.
Oh?
Basically took every gross word you could think of and just dropped it into a sentence.
Hey, Lawrence.
Bulbous warts, pustules.
Does this thing look vaguely familiar?
No.
Alright.
No, I know what you're thinking, but no. It's a good thought. It's a good thought. That's fair.
I wasn't thinking of the same, but similar cause, maybe.
Give me an insight.
$19?
You're pretty sure this is just a disgusting outgrowth of the troll's regeneration.
Alright.
Not the alternative you were thinking.
Good.
Pavu.
Yeah. Alright. How far away am I from him?
He's about 40 feet from you now.
And there's another troll that just joined the fray?
Nope, just this one.
It's just two heads. Two heads, four
Oh,
arms.
okay.
Two heads, four arms, many boils.
And pustules. Don't forget the pustules.
Zids and pimples and carbuncles.
Yeah, all of those. Especially the carbuncles.
I don't even know what abilities I have left, what I don't.
I've been using the that 5th character generator app and actually like clicking on my spells when I use them and using the slots is very nice. Like, oh, that's darkened. I can't do that anymore. Hey.
No, normally I mark them off with my pencil, but I only have like 3 things knocked off, and I find that hard to believe.
If I recall correctly, you used Stone's Endurance, but you didn't Second Wind, I don't think.
You have used Stone's Endurance, I remember that. I have you at 35 damage down.
I'm at 39.
I don't know what your health is, so whatever matters.
Yeah, that sounds right. Based off what I have for you, yeah, that should be right.
Yep. So I have my Stone's Endurance knocked off, and I have my Action Surge knocked off.
That sounds right.
Sounds right. And at least one rage. I know you used a rage.
1 rage and my channel negative energy per week.
Yep.
Down.
There you go. That sounds right.
Okay. So that's done. Action Surge is done. 1 rage. I will move in 30 feet.
Alright. Standing about 10 feet away, the beast is quite impressive in size, looming even over you, especially with its arms raised aggressively as it currently stands. A large arrow piercing its chest, though seemingly unaware after its brief roar of pain.
Adam, you're using an app on your phone?
Yeah. Mostly. I mean, I've still got my character sheets that I, like, cross-check, but for the most part, I just go through this app, and it's got everything broken down for me on it.
Everything except for the weird stuff that I give you guys.
Well, I try to put that in the notes, but I find that it's easier for me to scribble that on my sheets.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
I've been putting it on my sheets, and then at the end of the session, if it's like a buff that carries over, I'll go and put it in then.
All right.
I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to wait.
That's what I was waiting
What
for. Yeah. The door.
What app is it called?
Dave Googled carbuncle.
It's a 5th edition character sheet, I believe.
Chris, you're up.
I heal genre and put like some distance between me and that tree with my remaining movement.
All right. How much you healing genre for? Dave's like, I'm back in the fight.
Second level for 14.
Yay, Dave's alive. Yeah. Anything else?
Thank you.
I maintain concentration on my call item. That's it.
What? Sven shouts, realizing there's more to do. Turns around and sprints at the troll. His mighty hammer raised, and he brings it down. Missing. I lost which D20 was rolling for me last time. That brings us to Eric's.
All right.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys!
I already ate meat. Stay meat. It's kind of tasty.
Copyright infringement.
How the hell are there menus in Mordor?
I mean,
One does not simply walk into Mordor. One must have reservations.
just because you have a menu doesn't mean you need to have a reservation.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
McDonald's has a fucking menu.
Yeah, but one does simply walk into McDonald's.
I will keep my distance for now and just fire 2 more shots.
2 more shots.
Shot.
20 and 17.
20 hits, 17 does not.
That'll be 15 damage.
One arrow strikes home in the center of mass again. The other flies a little wild, parting the air between the fingertips of one of its arms. How much?
15.
15 damage. Got it. Anything else?
Ryan moved towards the troll, but it hasn't. Am I still 60 feet away from it?
You are, yeah. You are... Give or take, yeah.
Alright. Yeah, I'll keep my distance.
Alright.
Am I don't recall my position. I know I was in the trees, but am I positioned in a way that the trees would offer cover? Or am I just kind of standing between 4 of them?
Depending on the angle. From the troll right now, it does not offer you cover, but the troll's also not carrying any ranged weapons that you can see.
Yeah. I'll keep my position for now. I'm all set. Done.
Alright. Jay, as your eyes awaken, as some of your wounds are healed, please give me a wisdom save.
$20.
Alright. For a moment, it feels as if your blood is on fire. You can feel some effect attempting to overcome you. Do you give in or resist?
Resist.
Alright. With a 20, you succeed. After a moment, your blood seems to quiet it down. Alright, your turn.
I look around to see the troll, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, he stands out.
Is he wearing any armor?
No.
Damn it.
That would be scary, dude. The troll in armor?
I know it'd be scary.
Heat metal or not, that'd be scary.
I will... Alright, seeing it has 2 heads, I think about using blindness and deafness. I want a wisdom or intelligence save, or intelligence check to see if it would blind both of them.
Wisdom check.
Wisdom?
Yeah. Or insight or knowledge arcana. Wisdom based.
That would be a 14 insight.
You're pretty sure the spell would likely affect only one of the two heads at a time.
Gonna say rats. Is he right next to? He's right next to Sven and Babu.
Sven's right next to him. Pablo's 10 feet away.
Alright, I'm just gonna heal myself. Because I can't think of a better thing to do.
Alright.
For 19.
Alright. Most of your wounds seem to heal up quite aptly, though your palm itches.
So I should be at 33. My palm itches? I'm gonna look at it.
The scales seem to have expanded somewhat.
Alrighty then. It's new. I'm gonna itch it a little bit, and then draw my swords.
You resisted belching fire and gained scales?
I didn't resist belching fire.
He resisted additional cosmetic changes.
No. Whatever. Give in to the gift, damn it.
Dave never gives in to gifts.
The rest of us have. It's a matter of time. You're getting it whether you want to or not, so...
It's true. Anybody else has a choice, Dave. You, it's just a matter of time. I have to force my gifts on you.
Anyway, my turn's over.
Alright. As you watch, the troll's chest seems to push one of the arrows out, as the wound seems to heal over almost instantly. With a roar, the beast takes a step forward, two arms swinging meaty fists at Sven. Both missing, and the other, on the backswing, lunges at Pabu. What's your AC?
19.
Missing both of those swings as well. The beast roars, icy flecked spittle out of both mouths. Pabu, you're up.
Yeah, I'm just transferring all this stuff over PDF instead. It's just gonna be so much easier. Save this stuff. Alright. Sorry. I will take my 10-foot step. And I will attack with both weapons.
Alright.
First swing is a 25.
Hits.
This is the short sword of binding for 9 damage.
Okay.
Second attack, short sword of wounding. 19.
Hits.
Has to break a DC of 12, otherwise it's wounded for 1 damage every 12 rounds. It succeeds. Okay, and then damage. Another 9.
The creature roars as her blades shear into its side, one blade swiping the nose from the under armpit face. causing the icy-looking blood to drip down into its creature's mouth, causing confusion as it chokes and sputters in rage. The door.
I place my call lightning in a safe position as to not to hit Pavu and Pew Pew. 15 to half. Dex.
He fails.
$25 damage.
You know, when you guys are allowed to gang up on one thing, you take it out pretty goddamn quick.
Chris has found his replacement fireball.
Fuck fireball, call lightning! As long as you're outside, it's a pretty devastating spell that lasts for fucking ever.
60 rounds.
I read
It's
that,
absurd.
I was reading that someone said light clerics could use fireball, and my first thought was of Chris.
Congratulations, you just gave Chris his next character.
Burn the undead!
Well, that's every character. They all hate the undead. Except for this one. Sometimes.
Maybe it'll go necro in this later. Who knows?
It's possible. I can see that happening.
We're dark enough.
That is true. Anything else, Tador?
I'm still a safe distance.
You are still a safe distance.
How far is Pavu away from me?
Pavu is roughly 50 feet from you.
Sanctuary.
No, Chris only uses that on himself.
Well, that's because fair reason not to cast it on Pavu. Pavu wouldn't. He'd be like, "What's this shield? Fuck it, I'm gonna attack."
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright. Sven. Tom Trolls. That one. With a mighty heave, his hammer flies off, shattering one of the nearby walls as he loses his grip on it. Ugh! Bloody hammer! Eric, you're up. As Sven attempts to scramble away from the troll going after his hammer.
More arrows.
More arrows. Okay.
24, 21.
Okay.
8, 7, 15. $28.
Total between the two?
Yep.
Damn. Alright, well. Big suit mini boss battle is not going at all the way I expected.
Colossus Slayer.
That and again, you guys all gang up on one thing. It's like, oh, okay. Boom, dead.
Well, yeah, because then we everything, like, we're pretty good about, or well, good, I guess, may not be the right thing, but we split ourselves pretty fairly given regular combat. Pavu's usually in combat, given this campaign, with 2 to 3 things at least. While I'm picking off outliers, the door's usually got 1 on him. Jay is doing fuck knows what else with another 2 following him.
Fair.
Trying to survive is what it's called in this tundra.
Trolls troll gives a roar as some of its wounds heal up. Ignoring the now fleeing Sven, it focuses all 4 of its arms on Pavu.
Yeah, because, you know.
Connecting with 2 of its forearms. Dealing 19 points of damage.
Heyo!
And Pavu. 2 fists collide into your chest and face, rocking you back momentarily. And now it's your turn.
I roar in anger and attack again. Short sword of binding, 18.
It does not hit.
Short sword of wounding. 27.
Hits.
Has to be the DC of 12.
Succeeds.
Or a whopping 7 damage.
The door.
Second verse, same as the first.
Succeeds.
Uh, 10.
That's fantastic. I'm sorry, that's just cracking me up.
I heard you type, and I could have sworn you just gave Canada extra XP for that.
What do you mean? Adam's the one that posted it.
That's
Oh.
Adam.
Oh man, I just assumed it was I assumed it was Chris. This is so good. Good job, Adam.
Oh, I memed hard enough to be compared to Chris. That's it.
Hit the golden age. You might as well.
Honey.
You
Flying
made
too
all the
close to the
time.
sun.
That's too good. That's too good. All right. Anything else to door?
Yep.
All right. Sven recovers his hammer, turns about with a grumpy stump, returning to bat. Eric, you're up.
Sven needs a hammer of throwing and returning. They're good for dwarves. More arrows. Uh, 28 and crit threat. 22.
Both hit.
Alright, so non-crit is 16 damage.
Creature staggers back, bleeding from multiple punctures from both arrow and blade.
17. Crit is 27.
27 damage. Just as the beast appears to be regaining its sensibilities, your final arrow strikes it straight between the eyes of its main head. With a groan, the creature collapses backwards.
Burn him! And I'm gonna start rushing forward. Brandishing the dagger of ball. I don't know who has fire, but if that doesn't work, then maybe this dagger will do something.
right. Even as the creature bounces against the icy floor, you can see its wounds start to heal, and the creature raises itself back, stumbling to its feet, the arrow shaft poking halfway from its forehead. The main head appears to be glazed over in almost death. The second head, however, seems to be in command now, as it raises one meaty hand and swings at Pavu with disadvantage.
Wait, can I get a turn?
Yeah.
Maybe. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go heal Pavo.
Valid turn.
Dave never does anything. How was I supposed to know?
Wow.
Dave runs away, gets knocked unconscious, heals himself, gets back up, runs away, gets knocked unconscious,
Heal Pavo for 22.
fights off my gifts. Probably you hear that.
Heal me for 22. I am at 42.
Hey,
All right. Anything else, Jay?
Dave.
Yeah, I'll go behind the troll to give him flanking.
Dave, you ever play the game Breath of Fire? It was a pretty good series. You should try it out.
Try it out.
Already used his action.
I'm just saying.
I used my action to heal Pavo.
I'm just saying.
Due to the misplacement of the head, the troll's swing goes wide, flailing at Pavu but not connecting. Pavu, you're up.
One more time with feeling. 21 for 11 damage.
The troll drops once more.
And 25 DC for another 9 damage.
You hack into the troll, stabbing into its secondary face, attempting to keep the beast down. The door?
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that. I'm just smack it with some more.
With Jay directly behind it, Pavu in front of it, and Sven approaching, you're likely to hit everybody. Or at least a few of your companions. Not telling you not to, just giving you a heads up. Dave's like, fuck, I just got up.
I move forward 15 feet and then my.
Bloody trolls! Sven says, bringing his hammer to bear, smashing it down on top one of the troll's outstretched hands. and then again smashing the other one. Oh, I hate trolls. I got the accent all wrong today. Eric's you're up.
Alright, so I'm 30 feet away, I believe.
Roughly, yeah.
Alright, I'm going to... I want to swing around to the back, so I'm going to stealth, swing around to the back, so hopefully it can't see me, so I can get behind its head.
Well, it's unconscious right now, so it can't see you.
So I'm just going to run up and stab its second head in the face of ball.
Alright. Don't nat one it.
Not a nat 1, fortunately. 23.
Alright, as your hand outstretches, the blade seems to elongate slightly, just enough to pierce directly into the eye socket of the secondary head. As it does, everybody hears an almost eerie wind pass through their mind as you watch the head shrink and shrivel, becoming nothing but a desiccated pile of flesh attached to the underside of the troll's arm. Anything else?
No, I've used my movement. I will just draw myself back up and brace for what comes next, I guess. Not in a stand defensive manner.
Jay?
You muted, Neckbeard.
I guess I'll move to the other side of the troll and ask Sven if he used fire or not. When he hit him with the hammer.
You saw no flame.
No? I'm gonna try to kind of pound my chest a little bit, trying to burp up some fire breathing if possible.
Give me a constitution check.
Obviously, I position myself so there's no one behind the troll.
Obviously. Is it obvious?
Yeah, obviously.
With you, Dave, that's not very obvious.
Unless
Glad
it's
you said
specified explicitly in D&D, it is not obvious.
13.
Give me a wisdom save at disadvantage.
Womp womp. Dave kills himself, but he breathes fire. It's a noble sacrifice.
13.
Alright. With a sudden gout of unrestrained flame bursts forth from your jaws, coating the troll as you watch its body shrivel. You feel as if your entire body is aflame for a moment. And as your eyes come down after your jaws finally relax, you see your entire left forearm is coated in bright red scale.
SpaghettiOs.
Oh!
So what of the troll?
It seems to be burning merrily as if it was dry kindling.
I'm gonna scratch my now forearm of of scales and be like, "Yep, that's gonna spread."
Has been spread. You is dragon now?
Looks like we're kin.
Distant cousin.
Is this where Eric's and Jay finally become friends?
No, it is not. Skill's good. You get use.
Ugh. Do hype me some... What's the accent? Why can't I get the accent right? Hype me some trolls. I'm going to stick with that until I figure it out.
You went with like pure Scotsman in the beginning, and then just...
I know. I can't get it. Good job, boys.
Alright, I'm now in the 21st century. I have a PDF of my character.
What?
Yeah. Pains me, but seeing as I've like basically erased through all of the first sheet. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. And
It's
you've
like-
done it before, and that's God knows how many character sheets you've already gone through with this character or others. I don't even want to think about Jax.
How do I save this?
Control S.
Yeah, I should just save as a PDF file for you.
That actually helped.
I'm a genius.
Huzzah! Pavu is now a PDF. Well, been fun character sheet. Oh, I need to put my prison number on him.
We've all seen some better days. Ah, God damn it. Where did I get... Ah! Someone speak Scottish to me. Give me the accent back in my head.
At this point, I think if I tried to, it's just going to sound like Fat Bastard. I don't think that's
Get
gonna end for me.
in my belly!
I eat because I'm unhappy.
And I'm happy because I eat. Aye, good job, lads. Let's head in. Get some rest. Everyone looking a bit worse for the wear.
Just listen to Sean Connery. See if you can get.
Adam did it better.
Oh Jesus!
You got a new standard to raise to, Chris. Well, everybody's just deleting their gifts today.
Let's rest up in the town.
You can delete gifs.
If you post them.
Yeah. If you like move your cursor to the right hand side, like you were gonna attach an emoji or whatever to it, there's 3 dots. If you click on that, you can edit your message, you can pin a message, you can delete your fucking message.
Huh.
Oh, Pavu, he goes to rest with all the greats that came before him. With the Jeremiah Schneppens and the Jaxes.
Oh, Badger.
Fairly well, old friend. I'm impressed that I said Jeremiah Schneppen and you were like Badger. Because I don't think anybody else would have been like, cool though. Okay.
I remember your character names, I'd like to think, at least. Like, it didn't come out Jeremiah Schneppen often, but...
I don't think I was called Jeremiah after like the first session.
There was a brief stint when we met the Gnome and Beholder.
Oh yeah, that's because he like wanted to know my family name and all that jazz, and I had to like tell
probably
him.
the most predominant of it, but I remember Badger, man. Badger was good shit.
No, I know you remember Badger. I'm just impressed that you remembered his like actual character name, because he was never ever called that.
So what are we doing?
Resting.
Well, I suggested that we rest in the tower.
Which is a
Oh,
great
the
idea.
shelter would be nice. Lost it again. Shit.
Well, let's go check out that tower.
With the newly made hole in the wall, you find your way over to the tower with ease. A ripe stench comes to your nostrils as you see scattered bones spread throughout the once dwarven outpost. Making your way cautiously inside the tower, you see the remains of what was once a stairwell up and what appears to be a stairwell down into darkness.
Penny?
Spread about the room, you see bits of flesh, bone, and only slightly decayed body matter
Come here.
as the cold seems to preserve much of it.
You need to give Mommy space, okay? Don't say sorry to me. You need to say sorry to Mommy. You need to give her space, okay? Listen, we know you love us, but you need to like you don't want to be on us all the time. You need to space it out, okay? I don't think you're to blame. You need to learn about personal space, okay? Okay?
Within you see racks of frozen wood with various armament covered in ice. You see the occasional tidbit of dwarven armor, what was likely once the remains of one of their dire lion beasts of burden.
On the way into the...
I'll never
Tower of
be.
sorts?
What was that?
It's not a tower, but like
It seems to have been a collapsed tower. It looks like almost a bunker at this point.
okay. On the way into said bunker, I want to reclaim what arrows I can.
The spongy flesh of the troll seems to preserve any arrow that struck him.
Woohoo! I was hoping.
However, the cleansing dragon fire has burnt most of your arrow shafts.
Oh, that's right. Damn it, Dave! You did the right thing.
You do manage to pull one unscathed arrow.
I'll take it. Inside the bunker, I know you mentioned there's frozen armor and wooden stuff. Is there? I mean, it was a tower for an outpost. Is there any arrows in here?
Not on this floor that you see.
I will search about
Are you descending?
cautiously.
I'm resting. Just pointing it out. I am not going down. I am resting.
All right, I will rest first. I will reserve my exploration for after I'm healed.
Just saying. Resting.
Seeing Eric's look to the stairwell down, Sven looks over. There's likely... God damn accent!
Just start throwing oys.
Oi! Oi! Nope. I'm gonna go British on that. There's likely a path. Small trail escape tunnel. Down there. Along with supplies. There's a chance The path may lead into the city.
We should take then. Probably safer after rest.
It'll be booby-trapped.
Eric's do what can, and where Eric's fails, there's Jay. I mean that as a slight against Jay in that he will trigger the trap.
Is the supply room, do you think it'd be a good place to hole up, or should we be cautious and take refuge out here in this stench?
Not likely anything's going to bed down where the trolls were. Assuming there's no younglings or regenerating body parts down below, we should be okay.
Want to take chance?
I could use a rest. If you want to scout ahead, give a shout if you see anything.
Eric's can do. Hurt, but willing.
Caution it is. And I'll lay down my stuff.
I'll take first watch. Could use with a bit of prayer time.
To clarify, am I going to scout now according to what my back and forth with Sven was?
That's your call.
Alright. Alright, Eric's go scout. Come back soon. If hear kobold yell, danger. Eric's probably already dead. I will cast Good Berry, and I will eat all 10 berries so I can get all 10 hit points. Actually, first, is any? I believe we've all eaten, but is anybody hungry? I don't believe anybody hasn't eaten for the day, but I'm not gonna be a cunt with the fucking good berries.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
Alright, so I will Good Berry, eat the fistful of berries, and my stealth is a 28.
Alright. You have dark vision, yes?
Yes.
Alright.
Actually, I've got dark vision plus.
There. As you slink down the stairs ever silently, you find quite the warehouse down below. Crates, boxes, weapons, and armor all seem lined around the room. Strewn across the floor, you find the remains of what were likely some of the original owners of some of the body parts above, as you see frozen dwarf corpses with limbs missing, torn off. Give me a wisdom check.
Also, for what it's worth, Gloomstalker, I am invisible to those that can't see or that need dark vision to see. I don't remember the exact wording. Hold on.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to
I
do.
am invisible to dark vision.
Stop playing magic.
I'm not playing magic. I'm cleaning my fucking desk.
Alright. So, invisible to dark vision and wisdom check is a 21.
Alright. Is it 21?
Yes.
You seem to catch weird flickering movement or light. You're not quite sure. Out of the corners of your eye as you turn your head. Nothing seems to be there when you look, however.
I'm going to take a couple deep breaths and clear my mind.
A kobold.
Yes.
More enemies.
sorry, we're enemies?
More enemies.
How far?
Does Oral send her fiends here now?
I'm having a hard time making you out over your music
That's okay.
with the whispered tones.
Yes, that's kind of the point.
Shit.
That actually plays into what I was going for, so that works.
Eric's not here. Can you speak louder?
You are here. We see you. I love the crap. What did he say? What did he say?
Eric's is here. Not see you, though.
You wish to see us.
If threat, Eric's like, no, what face? But if not threat, Eric's fine with you, B-voice.
You're fine coming to our place, are you? In the blink of an eye, you suddenly find yourself surrounded by 5 dwarven specters, each of them grimacing, their face twisted in pain, spectral weapons raised as they glare at you.
Eric's not fine coming to place. Come here to defeat Oral.
A trick? You would trick us?
Eric's not no trick right now. Come to defeat Oral. At least destroy Staff.
Break the curse. Free us. And they vanish. Now that they're gone, as their spectral light fades, you see what appears to be a finely stone-carved archway along the far wall. You can see what appears to be a long, dark path heading from it.
How far have I gone down into the path thus far?
You have not gone down into the path. You are still in the warehouse room.
Okay. I will, as they vanish, say, Eric's do what can, and I will continue stealthing forward to peer out and see what I can of the path without going too much further.
You're going into the path, or you're just looking in the path?
Looking in.
It appears to be an unadorned but finely carved hall. About 4 by 3.
Any real details I can pick up on just a once over of this?
Just glancing in, it appears to be stone blocks set mortarlessly together, making up the floor, walls, and ceiling.
I'll head back to the group.
I just detailed the shit out of my desk.
Nice.
It was disgusting.
I like my PC and desk are in Dwarven, and I need to get some spray, some air, and just.
I have a Walmart picnic table for my desk, so.
A Walmart picnic table?
Yep.
I'm not even mad.
Is that?
It's a great TV stand / desk and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like that's odd, but also strangely comfortable.
Yeah, it works. It's a good height, you know. It fits plenty.
Ah, you guys have seen my desk. My desk is glorious.
Dude, your wraparound glass top is pretty fucking beautiful.
The problem is it just collects shit. That's the biggest thing. It's like, I got all this room. I'm just gonna put trash over here.
Well, hey, that's my problem with my daughter. So
Instead of a nice.
I remember when Melissa bought this for me. I was like, I'm gonna have my gaming system here. I'm gonna play D&D here. I'll be able. Now it's like, I don't even have a spot that if I even wanted to roll a die, it could fit on this table.
If it makes you feel better, to go with my black Walmart picnic table, I have a black Walmart TV dinner stand as my wraparound.
nice.
You are a classy bitch.
So it's right next to me on this side, and that's where my books go and where I dice roll. And just like you, the free space on the table has been filled with clutter.
Just before I turned the camera on, I was clearing up Marilyn when we rearranged the living room again. She gave me her dragon end stand with the glass top, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that's where my mouse is gonna go. That's gonna be where I roll my die. And by the time I joined the call today, there were 2 liters on it, both full and empty, a smattering of books and game cases. Oh, right, D&D is a thing that happens, and I want to roll here.
Oh, that's a bug. That's gross.
Gross. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to rejoin the group.
Alright. Eric's resurfaces to see Pavu resting, the door presumably trancing, Shay resting, and Sven knelt in prayer.
Not wanting to interrupt Sven's prayer or anyone's rest, I will just go to rest myself. And I can inform them of this in tomorrow.
Alright. Sven comes from his prayer to see everybody laying down. The elf should be up soon. And just sits down, making a small kindling flame within the center of the outpost to provide a little warmth. The door, you come out of your trance to see Sven nodding off over a flame, Pavu resting, Jay resting, and Eric's curled around something covered in a black cloth, sleeping in a corner.
You spent the whole 4 hours on what?
Yes. I'll hit the sack now, if you don't mind.
I nod. And I inspect the cloak.
The cloak?
He said it's something wrapped around a black cloak.
I said Eric's is curled around something covered in a black cloth.
Cloth, sorry. Want to just take a look at it from a distance?
Give me a perception.
16.
The cloth appears to be of the most blackest midnight cloth you've ever seen. Can't quite tell what it's covering, and Eric seems to be curled up around it.
I am going to refuel the fire.
Alright, you managed to keep the fire going using the small kindling available. It seems the smell of the smoke of the wood burning helps banish some of the troll stench from the air. And provides a little bit of warmth in the bunker you find yourselves in.
Well, that's good. Clearing the stench.
I'm gonna commune with nature, speak with the trees, see if anything wants to talk to me.
You're leaving the bunker then?
No, I'm at like the doorway.
The doorway leads out into the broken remnants of the outpost. There aren't any trees immediately around you. But yes, you're welcome to commune with nature there.
Yes.
All right. You take deep breaths, enjoying the cold air that seems to both freeze and relax you. You hear a whispered voice in your head that seems familiar. Night passes into a new dawn, with your eyes drinking in wonder as the sun seems to sparkle over the snowscape and trees around you. Your companions you hear stirring within the bunker.
I'll walk in.
And see Jay awake since he's the only one here.
Yeah.
As he raises his arms overhead, the small fire catches and glints off his ruby red arm.
That was a good nap. Yep.
I wonder if with your new skin there might be a new mind that comes with. Do you feel any different? Any struggles?
Not yet. I mean, I'm kind of getting used to the color. But that's about it.
Alright, sorry.
What do you think? I like shine it at him a little bit.
Was that to me?
No, to the door.
Alright. Apologies, undivided attention. Once I started, I couldn't stop.
It's
Pringles.
it's interesting to say the least.
The rest of you awaken. Sven seems to sleep on.
Leave him be a while. He spent the first half watch by himself.
Mm.
Too shy or too stubborn to wake one of you.
Eric should have offered to take place when returned from Scout, but see everyone else sleep and not think Sven should apologize when waking.
I'm gonna inspect the bodies a little closer. Is there any like intact?
No, every bit of limb that you can see seems to have at least been gnawed on to some great extent. Scattered bones and bits of flesh is really most of what you can see. A hand laying here, part of a face there.
I will collect myself, stow my knight's affections, and begin fleshing and seeing the door inspect the various bodies. Eric, speak to some of dwarves in tunnel. Specters once were. Eric's tell them we go kill Oral or destroy Steph at least, and they ask us break curse.
What curse?
Eric's not know. Assume apparition have something to do with perhaps unable to leave in peaceful manner, bound here.
You saw ghosts.
Yes.
And they weren't hostile?
Eric's not
Huh.
hostile, so they're not hostile in return.
I just thought because you're a kobold, they might attack you. I think dwarves and kobolds have had a long history of
Were Eric's message and words different, perhaps they would have.
quite diplomatic of you. Good job.
Not know about diplomacy, but just speak truth. Also, more enemies ahead.
I'm gonna like look around and be like, "Thank you."
Lawrence, I actually don't know this. How intact does a body have to be for me to animate it?
For your druid spores?
Yeah.
Well, there's a surefire way to figure it out.
Try it out.
Try it out. I'll wait till we're ready to go.
Good. Wins.
I don't know if we'll just like wiggle together like a
I didn't.
severed Deadpool or
I like the
As far as
imagery of it.
twists, probably best I've seen.
What was car ride?
Ninja.
I thought it was in
It's like,
Xanathars, but
Yeah. When I
What are you
saw
looking
the
up?
map,
circle of spores. What would be that?
Spores is a Ravnica.
Ravnica.
It's actually fungal infestation you're looking for. It's page. Where the hell's the page number? 27.
No, I was looking at Xanathars is the problem. 27, you said?
Yep.
So, I like the idea, but the ability requires them to have died in front of you.
Did I miss that? Beast or humanoid that is saw with it. That is. Dies within 10 feet of you. Oh, okay.
I mean,
Alright.
spitballing off that, there were a couple trolls that died within 10 feet of you.
They are not humanoid.
They're human-ish. But no, they're right. They're not humanoid.
Fair enough. Eric scout ahead, and aside from speak to ghosts, manner of warehouse downstairs.
Oh, sure needed that wrist.
Sven, Eric's sorry not take watch when come back.
Aye, lad, be no problem. Yeah, I'll be tired. I've had apparently years in the Fae. Plenty of time to rest.
Also, apparently, when Eric's went down, he spoke to some dwarven specters.
Abominations. Wow, that shifted real quick. Ghosts of my kin? That's wrong.
Not think they have choice. Eric's tell plan of kill Oral, and dwarves ask us break curse. If bound here, not their will.
I'll go free him then. I'll be back. Give me a minute. He hefts his shoulders and trumps down the stairs.
Well, hold on, and I follow.
And we're moving, guys.
You need not follow. They need a holy rite. I'll be blessing them out of here.
Well, let me at least watch your back.
Eric's not see anything hostile or trapped, but can come make sure.
Their spirits, they need to be put upon and brought out of this realm. More than welcome them home. He kneels down in the center of the room below, putting his arms out, and you hear him start muttering a prayer. You catch Morden and the forge. It's hard to make out the rest of his words. A white light seems to emanate off of him, pulsing through the room. You hear the whispered breath of what almost sounds like a scream, and then the room immediately has a more peaceful feel to it.
Effective, unsettling in a way. Not sure if how ask, but job done.
Aye, job done. Rest, my brothers.
Since we're here, so as Eric say, small warehouse of sorts.
I'm gonna start poking around.
I just kind of gesture about.
Yeah, look for supplies.
What kind of supplies are you looking for?
Spell component pouch.
That box there. And he points to a small crate. Not much use, but we tend to keep a few around.
Gonna go grab one.
I'll grab one too if there's more.
You do find a small box with 3 component pouches.
Oh.
I will take the third. I didn't want to ask. I didn't want to look at gift horse. If you know crate contents, arrows?
That one there. They're all marked. Dwarf sign.
I will note the sign as I approach and keep an eye out for what he points out further to try to...
As you approach the box, you see what appears to be 3 solid black lines in the upper right corner of the box. Seems to be the only identifying mark you can spot. Now that you note it, you see that there are a number of boxes with similar marks. Some in horizontal, some diagonal, some making triangles, others squares.
We'll be sleeping good now. I got a spell that I can finally use.
Dave's whole demeanor just shifted completely.
I know, and it's all because he got like Tensor's tent or whatever it's called.
Leoman's tiny hut, thank you very much.
That's it.
Great spell.
So...
That I'm pretty sure Ryan doesn't fit in.
I can't fit in. Yep.
Actually,
He does, I know.
If he didn't, I have an option too, which I might be able to find in this warehouse. But so looking into the crate for arrows.
You see quiver upon quiver filled with dwarven-made arrows.
Oh, I'm re-fucking supplying. Goddamn. I'm just gonna start hoisting quivers out.
As you look over, Eric has strapped 5 quivers to himself, literally bristling with arrows.
I can strap one around me if you want.
Arrows strapped to you don't help Eric's in battle.
He says as he attempts to strap a 6th quiver on. Failing to find purchase for it, but struggling to do so nonetheless.
How many are there in the box? Plenty, I'm assuming.
There's at least 20 quivers in this box.
Alright, I'm gonna strap one to myself. For your resupply.
Yes. Eric's thank. I could. By the way, not that it matters now, but how'd my fletching go?
You made a couple arrows. Although the ones you now have on you were clearly of dramatically better quality.
No question.
Water skins.
Like to be frozen, but that box there should have rations as well. He points to a box with a square marking on it.
Potions?
Kitchenry.
Kitchenry?
Yeah.
Cooking stuff.
Pots. Cooking stuff.
He wants a mess kit.
You might be able to find one. That's a bit rare to find. Should be a stack of normal healing potions somewhere around here. Look for a star.
I'll look for a star.
I'm gonna look around for a backpack. Or I will say, I will ask Sven, any manner of bags or backpack?
Should be at least a few pouches somewhere around here. Likely strewn about.
20 perception
I'll start searching.
for a star.
You find a crate full of healing potions.
Load up!
Jackpot!
We'll need
It
all
has-
of them.
It has 6.
Load up, we'll need all of them.
I will give one to everyone and a second to Pavu.
How many water skins did I find, if any?
You find 2 water skins in a box with the square on it. They appear to be frozen solid, however. You do find a number of hard-packed dwarven rations, though. If you'd rather not eat good berries all the time.
Any meat in there?
Rations.
Some hardtack, David. All you get is hardtack.
I don't know what hardtack is.
Look it up. You should read more.
That's true.
Did you not go to history class? I mean, I slept through history, and hardtack's pretty.
You should know what hardtack and rashers are if you've done any kind of history reading or even most fantasy reading.
Searching about for bags and pouches. 19.
You managed to find 2 leather bags. They seem to be quite frozen and brittle at the moment, though.
Recover them as best I can, but not try to use them at the moment.
You also managed to stumble across a box containing what you can only imagine were uniforms belonging to short, squat folk. They seem to be gray with a bronze barrel emblazoned upon the chest. Soft cloth even in this cold. Though unfortunately the shirts seem to be comprised mostly of vests rather than actual shirts.
Uniforms. Guards?
They do be an outpost.
Quite. None of these are like. You say it's soft in the cold, but it's summer attire basically, or warm weather.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's pants.
I'm wearing.
Complete with drawstring.
I'm wearing warm clothes.
Whatever, man.
I'm just saying.
I will kind of put the uniform up to my body and see.
I will point the
How it
uniform out
looks.
so he's not doing that out of character.
Sorry. I'll go over and try to look how
Quite
how
baggy
I'll fit.
for you. Quite baggy.
Hammer pants.
Stay away from the oven.
Probably not for me.
I'll wait for him to put his headset on.
Hammer guy.
Did Dor aspire to do work with cloth? Maybe make something more useful for one of you? Eric's have warm clothes, so all set right now. Not have use of, but perhaps guard uniform be repurposed for better suited or bigger size.
It would take some time. Something we can discuss later. Pack it up.
Back it up, back it in.
Let it begin.
Alright, well I grabbed a couple pouches and loaded up on arrows. Pouches are frozen, I'm not trying to use them right now, I don't want them to break, he said brittle. That's where I am.
I guess I'll take the water skin if no one else is.
I have one from dealings with a trader earlier. I think we were down 1 or 2.
I'm assuming there's frozen water in it.
100% undivided attention, guys. Hasn't said a word since. Yes, the water skins are completely frozen.
Okay.
If there was just a pot, I could gently boil these back to usability.
I mean,
Just strap it to your side. Body heat will warm them up soon enough.
that's kind of what I'm doing with the pouches. Is there, since there were the uniforms, is there a cloak?
There is not.
Well, this has been rather fortuitous. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Do we go down the tunnel and see where it leads? Or try for the city?
Eric's looked down tunnel. See small opening, 4x3. Not look far past. How do
We have no
describe it?
trouble save for Pavu there.
Pavu big.
He'd be doubled over the whole way.
Probably best double back. If trouble in small corridor. Pavu not really able to act.
Unlikely to be trouble outside of the traps.
Even with traps, JD trouble then.
Just give me a wide berth. I'll make them known to everyone.
Probably best double back city.
Alright, let's head back up and move out.
We just ran a fucking train on a warehouse and grabbed a bunch of stuff that we wanted and needed, and put your headset on. Before we go, I know that you're kind of here and kind of away, Ryan, but we're in a warehouse, and if you have anything that you're particularly looking for, you should probably ask now before we leave the room.
I heard we got healing potions. I heard you stocked up on ammo. As far as anything else utility-wise is concerned, I am pretty good unless there's like some like +5 magic armor that I can wear.
You guys aren't level 10. You don't get +5s even yet.
Well,
Come on.
that's what I'm saying. I think I'm pretty solid. I don't even know what I'm wearing for armor.
Well, last I knew, you weren't really wearing armor, so I didn't know if you wanted to attempt to try to cobble together something or what.
Yeah, but I mean, my AC's at 19 with no armor.
That's a fair point, too.
So it's like, yeah, I really don't. Unless there's like some.
+5, gotcha.
No, unless there's like some like hidden like religious symbol of Bane, just randomly in this dwarven warehouse.
You can always look.
I just wanted to give you the option.
No, I know. I promise you, you guys, I have been listening. I'm just kind of Melissa needs me going back to work tomorrow, so I'm kind of trying to get my shit in order. And
Nope, that's fine.
I will look for a holy symbol of Bane in this dwarven stronghold. Something small, ideally.
Investigation.
$15.
As you start peering about the room, looking for this symbol, you don't find anything. Didn't say it's not there, just said you didn't find anything.
I'll look a little closer. 14.
Yeah, no, you still don't find anything.
One more time with feeling.
As you watch
I get-
Pablo moving about the room, peering at everything.
Just like looking around, like,
Pavu, look for something in specific. Sven, say of Dwarven shorthand. Help point things out. Eric's try to learn, but not have full hang.
no, nothing specific. A 16.
Nope. He's spending a lot of time. Each of these rolls is about 10 minutes, FYI.
A 17.
He's welcome to keep looking, but he still hasn't found anything, and you guys are spending a lot of time watching him look about the room.
Being awful thorough for not something in specific. Shall we get?
After him looking for like 10 minutes, I'm gonna be like,
No, that was about 40 minutes.
well, yeah, he kept rolling, and I had responded, and then he kept rolling, so...
Alright. Just inspecting their gear. Curious as to how they were overrun so quickly.
Thorough. Flash freeze.
For the folks in the back!
Oh! No, I'm
19!
leaving. I'm leaving.
No, I'm leaving too.
That's fine, I got a 19. You can leave me.
Before I leave, I'm gonna touch all the handles just to make sure I don't all the handles of the short swords just to make sure I don't miss a magic one.
I should give you a cursed item for that.
What are you,
None of them appear to be magic.
Okay.
So I got Dodor and Eric's left. Jay went around touching all the swords. Pablo, were you actually doing that last roll, or are you leaving?
Yup.
What was it?
19.
As you watch the rest of your mates head upstairs, you finally find what you were looking for.
It's perfect.
Tucked carefully into one of the stones making the archway of the hallway, you see what appears to be a small carved black fist implanted in one of the stones.
As Bane intended. You all left, found it.
You could have rolled better sooner, but...
What do you want me to do?
I'm just kidding.
As he said,
as
Bane roll.
intended.
After I rolled that, the third roll was a 6, I should have just been like, hey, 20, Lawrence.
I'm just ribbing. You rolled better than Dave ever fucking would have, so...
I was rolling 15s and 16s like you read about. I even rolled a 17, he was like, nope.
Yeah, David had been like 4, 5. We wouldn't have let him get
Yeah.
4 rolls out. We'd have been after 1.
You didn't.
We're like,
You
nah,
left.
Fuck.
You left.
Yeah, we'd have left after 1 with Dave. You got like 40 minutes in game time of us standing there like, you want some help? You looking for anything? Can we help?
So I'm gonna go up.
You said it was carved of what? Stone?
It appeared to be carved into the stone, yes.
But what is it? Is it a trinket?
No, it just appears to be the symbol of a black gauntlet.
It's just carved into the archway. It's not something to pick up.
Ow!
Although we are turning away from the archway and going back to the city because you won't fit in the hallway ahead. Well.
Okay, well, if I'm assuming I'm the last one out,
You are?
I trace the symbol swiftly with my finger and da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Okay.
Hey,
I saw it.
you laughed as though it was meaningless. It's fine. It can't be meaningless. At least I'm playing the character.
Alright, so you head back out into the cold. New snowfall seems to be breaking upon your heads
How heavy?
decently.
Alright, I intend to pick back up on the original path we were walking.
All right. Survival.
Orange totally did not expect us to go straight towards the city.
Why not?
23.
I never expect anything out of you guys.
No, Lawrence has years of practice in doing what I've learned more recently, and to not have plans. Have general idea, but don't have plans.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't disrupt the plans if there is no plan. What you really must think, not to spend the spoon. There is no spoon at all. What you do, in fact, is spend yourself. Yeah, that's kind of me.
Yeah.
If I really like a guy with a plan, I make this shit up as I go. Here's what I want to do. Let's see what happens.
At this point, Jay's more like, you want to know how I got these scars?
Want to know how I got these scales?
And yeah, as I'm walking back, can I see that his entire arm is...
His entire left forearm is completely covered in red scale. Bright, shiny red scale.
So how
Jay, you don't seem to feel... You realize as you walk, you don't feel the cold very much anymore.
how far this go? Are you just dragging now, or...
What?
Scales. All up arm.
Oh, just the forearm for now. I hope to get the other forearm to have nice gauntlets.
As you say, give me a wisdom check.
Oh no. Fail it intentionally.
8.
Your entire left side seems to itch.
Oh no, I wanted gauntlets. Oh.
As he scratches and itches, you can see approaching his neckline is a row of scales poking out from beneath his clothes. And you can see him scratching his entire left side.
Yeah, it's spreading.
Can see. Scratching not help. Scales. Scales not scratch well. Best think of other things. Maybe rub snow on. Soup. Cool.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention it, not all that cold. Are you cold?
I shrug.
Perks, I guess.
Colder than some, not as cold as others. Second roll venturing back towards the city is a 22.
Okay. You continue marching along through the trees, finding your path, confident in your direction of the city. It's not long before the broken, frozen walls... Yeah, Dave, that's right. Broken, frozen walls rise before you. You can see them tumble down in parts, and you can see what appears to have been a shattered gate rusting open. Rubble, bodies, frozen images of individuals fleeing in apparent terror from the city greet you.
Just like other dwarven city we find. cold happen quick, sudden. No escape.
A toothy smile goes on my face as
Everyone give me a
my,
perception check.
as my eyes are distant.
24.
Fuck, see, this is gonna take me a long time to get used to having to, like, tab. I'm like, character sheet. Character sheet? Where's my character sheet?
You'll adapt quick, it'll be fine.
Perception, 15.
Pavu and Eric's. You both note that as Jay smiles, his eyes seem to flash red for a moment, and his teeth seem to be quite a bit sharper than you remember.
Those are new.
What is?
I point to his teeth. Got real chompers now.
Ah. My suspicion seems to be correct.
Dave's like, fuck you guys. Fuck you, Lawrence. I can see it.
No, I'm off in a memory. I'm not really hearing you guys.
Dave's rolling in his next character for when he kills this one because he doesn't like it anymore.
Yeah, if I want to die, guys, I'll just start attacking you. I mean,
You were already attacking nothing as far as we're concerned, so...
Pew pew!
Alright,
You stand outside the broken walls and gates. What do you do?
I'll give a brief look over the various bodies and whatnot. Are there any enemies frozen with them?
You see only dwarves.
Keep your out. Only dwarves here.
as my focus comes back, do I recognize anything?
Nope.
I will start to scout out the entrance of the city.
Any dwarven writings of note?
Writing?
Signage?
Nope.
So stealth is a 24 and survival is a 23. Or starting to peer around inside.
All right. Eric creeps forward slowly, peering past the broken gates. Is greeted by the sight, but was clearly once a majestic and massive sprawling city. You see numerous boxy-looking structures, some with outstretched limbs of wood, with rubble and strewn wood beneath, clearly once signposts for what you can only assume were stores and taverns. The streets themselves seem to be packed with a wave of frozen dwarves, all of them clearly once heading in your direction, many of them looking over their shoulders in terror. You can see what appears to be a massive wave, almost as if water had risen up to sweep them away and frozen in place.
Sven, from stories this area not always frozen. Used to be warm a long time ago, yes? Water source maybe do this? Get frozen in an instant?
Aye, this was the savannas. We had the plains and prairies nearby. This was simply an archway into the town, into the city itself. These would be taverns. I used to drink there, he says, and he points at one building. The wave, perhaps one of the reservoirs cracked in the ice and flowed out.
Given state of things, maybe a reservoir was broken.
I fear this might have happened in many places around. There are multiple reservoirs around.
town separate from this, frozen an instant too. Tundra spanned many, many days travel.
Ah, if only you could have seen it. The fields with grass higher than your head, waving in the sun.
I know it's there. Thank you.
The great beast stalking. True majesty of the wilds. And then you came here, you found civilization, peace, good ale, strong woman. Nothing like a good beard to tug on. Thank you, Chris. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
I heard it. I just no.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw any sort of fantasy media do that, and I want to say EverQuest, like the first incarnation of it, had bearded female dwarves. It was awesome. Looking about, is there any sort
I'm
of...
into some shit, but
Is there any sort of path that I can discern to get up to where her, like, lair might apparently be?
You have no idea where the lair might be.
Well, there's that floating island, is there not? Like up above.
Not over here, no. No, you saw a floating island go past way before.
Oh, okay. I'm confusing the two. Alright. Never mind that then. Yeah. Already supplied. No need to check tavern. Any idea? Sven, if...
As you say this, you look over to spot Sven, and you see him with almost a forlorn look walking into the tavern.
Okay, chase Sven, and I follow.
Everybody else?
Under my breath, I'm going to say dwarves and their drinks and follow.
I'm gonna look perplexed and follow.
yep, following.
Alright. As you walk into the tavern, you're greeted by an eerie sight. You can see a number of patrons, many of them with startled looks on their faces looking towards the door, including a dwarven lass with a short beard, carrying a tray, about to tip over but clearly just frozen to her hands, her eyes in startled terror staring at the doorway. Sven just seems to walk past them and seems to plop down on a stool. And you can see, for some reason, the stool seems to fit him. And you can see a deep sadness cross over his face.
Sven here before.
A regular by the looks of it. I'm going to go behind the bar and see if I can find a bottle and a glass.
You
Oh,
find many.
thank you, Lloyd. I was hoping someone would do it.
You find many a bottle and plenty of tankards.
I will pour him a drink, assuming alcohol doesn't freeze unless by is uber magical.
You do see chunks of ice floating in the bottles, though for the most part they do seem to be still liquid. You have no problem pouring him a glass. Oh, thanks, lad. He says, a bit bemusedly as he takes a swig. Used to come here after a good brawl or a good prayer. Or a good fuck. Hell, this was home practically.
I'm gonna sit next to him and go, bartender.
I suppose with your new draconic constitution, it can't really hurt. I'll pour you one too.
Paying no attention to Jay's antics. Can be home again. need to defeat Oro, though.
Here, what felt like maybe a day ago. That's it. I come back to this. She was a good lass, he says, pointing over his shoulder at the tavern maid.
I'm going to pull the seat that Jay has not taken and sit next to him. I'm not one for drinks, but I will drink with you.
Aye. Drinks among comrades. Not brings men together. Quite like it.
I won't take a seat. I'm just kind of standing near, but I'll sit down on my haunches and nod towards the door.
Once everyone has a glass, I'll kind of to you, Sven, and your people.
He gives a small, sad, forlorn smile, raises his glass.
Let's bring Orin down.
Everyone give me a perception check. Who's Orin, by the way?
Oral.
Damn it, my notes suck.
You said perception?
Yep. As you raise your glasses listening to Jay's toast, you suddenly get the sensation that you're not alone. As your eyes look about, you can see spectral figures near all of the frozen bodies raising a glass as well. The door, you get the sensation of someone glaring at you. And as you look to your side, you see, you can only assume is the Dwarven barkeep in spectral form glaring at you.
I look back to the party. Y'all should know better. Tip the barkeep.
The specter gives you a cockeyed grin, turns out to the party. Indeed.
I'll tip the bartender.
I will slide a coin up on the counter.
Yep, I'll drop a copper on the counter.
And say, this, like dwarves in tunnel.
Sven seems completely dumbfounded.
Former dwarves speak of curse. You all curse too?
The bartender nods. Leaf bronze barrel at your service. We're all cursed here.
Name Eric's. Seek, kill, oral. But not know how undo curse.
Break her staff. Break her staff and break the cold. And perhaps we'll be free.
Break staff. I look at the rest of the party. That backup plan if can't kill.
You cannot kill a goddess.
Yeah, I'm gonna tilt my head at that. I believe the original quest was to break the staff. We're no match for a god.
Many things happen. Eric's not keep track well.
Bloody hell! What the hell is going on? How are you all here? Sven finally seems to have found his tongue.
Calm, Sven. This curse speaks.
No, this is wrong. The whole city cannot be like this. No. He gets up and runs from the tavern.
If Eric's not give chase, fear lose Sven too cold, much same as her. And way similar, but not as quick as dwarves here. Excuse me.
Oh, no need. He'll be back, says the bartender.
Oh?
Sven always comes back. He took a shine on my girl there. He always swings by again.
Speaking of, was her specter present?
It is.
Just unnoticed kind of thing?
Yep.
Alright. Bartender knows Sven much better, Eric's. Okay, we'll be patient.
Ha! Known Sven for nigh on a century and a half. You could say I know him.
Longer now. Sven's been gone a while.
Aye, that he has.
You have any idea how he might have entered the Fae?
Sven's always taken to wandering. You never know, especially with the Fae. I had no idea there was a circle nearby. You don't find them too often in the savannah.
I nod. You don't suppose there's a chance for us to bring you back rather than just release you from this realm?
I be no wizard, lad. I be but a ghost and a bartender of ghost at that. I just
learned
know
a lot
it's
in
might.
150 years.
All I can say is it's might boring being a bartender and being unable to even touch a glass. Imagine trying to pour yourself a drink to while away the hours and the years, and you cannot even lift the bottle. It's might to drive a soul mad. You're lucky we're not. Dwarves got patience after all.
Yeah.
Someone was like to come round eventually. The humans and the elves, though, I'd be wary of them. I doubt they've held on quite as well.
This all
They're
seems
not as strong as we dwarf folk.
this all seem happen quick.
Aye, you could say that.
You say savannah, but everything for days, weeks is tundra. Know what happened leading up?
You don't say that. No, we can't leave here. We're stuck. Can't leave too far from our own bodies.
Sorry. I was asking if there was any change in it, like if he knew what happened leading up to the sudden freeze that they all dealt with, like if there. Sorry, Eric's misspeak. Difference in events before sudden freeze.
No. Well, now that you mention it, I suppose we've been pondering on it. There was a caravan from the Northern Empire. Brought down a few adventurers. They were bringing a gift for the king.
Northern Empire. What empire this at time?
The Mojin.
Name unfamiliar. Eric's.
Oh, Mojinto. Famed traders, great warriors, great wizards. Humans, though. So you never know what you're going to get with them, really. Though, they say their lords are actually elves, though they only send the humans out.
I'm gonna roll knowledge to see if I pick up anything on that. More info. 16.
You have no idea, but now that you think about it, a few books you've read definitely had a word that looked or maybe pronounced like Mojin, though you had nothing to connect it to before. You'd never seen any context around it.
The Tor no Mojin.
I've seen it in Father's library, but I can't quite connect the dots.
So traders come visit, not seen before?
Oh, the Mojin are always coming around. Or they were, I suppose. I haven't seen them since we've been frozen.
What different about time before freeze?
Naught was different, that's what I'm telling you, lad. There was a special caravan group, but that was it.
Okay, what different about caravan group?
They came with a gift, they said. The Mojin aren't much for gift giving.
What gift?
You'd have to ask the king if you can find him. I imagine he's frozen around here somewhere.
From here, where was Keep?
Keeps in the center, lad. The strong point. But whether he be above or below, or maybe out on the town, you got me. He doesn't bless me tavern too often, though he did try to make his rounds.
Sounds like they might have delivered some sort of magical bomb.
I cannot imagine they'd have done it if knowingly. The Mojin value strength, but they're not much for underhanded ways.
But sometimes underhanded way at least leads to greater strength.
That's not the way they think. Strength through arms or magic, maybe. But strength through subterfuge, it'd be not their way.
You speak of elven overlords. Fear Drow might have infiltrated. It's definitely the way they go about things.
I doubt it would be Drow. The Mojin don't tolerate them any more than most folk do.
Either way, tundra for miles, a kingdom lost, and a cold that won't end.
Well, I imagine if I could feel cold, I'd be appreciated if it would go away, I tell you that. It used to be the warmest place you could be, outside of the forges.
So, what you think? Can I turn to Dor and Pavu? Seek king? Maybe find artifact? Maybe bring cold? Maybe destroy?
Yeah, we must find the scepter and ideally find the king along the way. He will no doubt be a boon of information.
Scepter ultimate goal, but if can defeat cold, can weaken oral, no?
Oh, most definitely.
As you ponder, Sven slowly makes his way back in.
It's everywhere. Everyone. As soon as I stop, they start to appear. There's spirits everywhere. I didn't have the power to cleanse the whole city.
Then we break curse instead.
Aye, that we must.
I think we are fortunate that this city was dwarves. Otherwise, we would not learn the information that we have. A stubborn bunch. Much like my clan. So we break curse then, yes?
Aye. Aye.
Seems quickest way.
Is there anything in the bar that can assist us?
Booze?
We've had our sip of courage.
Nah, laddie.
Oh,
I mean making bombs. Liquor burns.
I'm not seeing a big smile across Chris. There it is.
I'm trying not to be Baracus as much as possible.
You were just
This is a
presented with
place
the
we
Anarchy
need
Cookbook.
We need the fire. Like, this is like the one place. We didn't need the fire when we were just destroying
Temples.
citadels of orcish women and children.
Well, I mean, if that's your goal. You did a good job with the fire. Just saying.
I cock an eyebrow towards the barkeep. Bombs?
Only if you're paying for it, lad. Even a spectre's got to make a living. It'd be a shame to see this good rum and booze go to waste like that. Like a simple fire. Bossman, you're off your rocker.
You're gonna laugh about the oxymoron of a specter making a living.
Thank you.
How about I say a prayer and make sure Kalimvor judges you correctly?
Ah, what need is a dwarf of Kalimvor? You walk home to the Forge of Moradin.
Doesn't Kalimvor send you on the way?
Kalimvor judges the weaker race. Moradin knows his folk.
Or we fail.
No
and we
offense.
Don't return to Moradin.
Well, if you fail, dwarves don't live forever, but we live long enough. And then says a spectre, I imagine I can wait for the next folk. Someone will come along. And with that, the bartender seems to fade away. The ghostly chatter of the bar folk seems to grow loud for a moment before fading as well, as you find yourselves alone in the bar once more.
Well, the bastard's got his pride, that's for damn sure.
Yes.
Now don't be insulting him. He's a good bartender.
Oh, I wasn't trying to insult him.
Good
That was
good
admiration.
Well, grab a couple bottles and leave him an offering. I'm gonna check the back real quick, assuming there's a kid.
There is a kitchen.
Do I find a pot?
You find many pots.
I grab a stock pot, something that'll hold up to fire.
You find many a pot that could do such. Dwarven crafted. Bronze, iron, and stone, all depending on what you need.
I grab the bronze, something in the 12 quart range.
The hell's a quart?
Lawrence's head shake as soon as you specified 12th court.
Cunty ass cook.
Everything was fine, then you were like something in 12th court and just...
You know, like 12 to 16. 18 ideal, but I know it's a little big. I've seen 20s before.
Oh, glad raiding the kitchen, are ya? And you see a specter run at you with a giant ladle. It fades as he's about to collide with you.
Fucking hell.
I will compensate you. This is going to assist us. And I bring it out with me and add it to the bag. Leave the spirits they're offering. We must set them free. Let's go. Take it from my share, if you will.
I don't even know what we have for money.
I don't either. I'm curious what you guys are leaving.
I had someone else carry my money, so someone else is keeping track of that.
I have 12 gold, 25 silver, and 83 copper. So I'm probably carrying your money.
Everyone's gold in the survival range, I'm assuming, since you had the best.
Yep.
You had the bag and nobody else did.
I had a pouch. I have 1 gold, 16 silver, and 16 copper.
I would say 4 gold is enough for a couple bottles of booze and the pub. Although this is coming from the druid that has no concept of currency, so
Well, I was about to say, like, I do not know what these shinies mean.
Music Man, what is appropriate?
I love how you guys have adopted Eric's terms for the coins, the shinies.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, Dave, you are the only one with a concept of money.
Do I think 4 gold's appropriate?
You tell me.
4 gold is a lot.
I know, but it's. I'm gonna do a wisdom check for dwarven ale or dwarven. What is it?
Ooh.
Dwarven rum, right?
Yeah.
For 4 big bottles of dwarven rum is. Sorry,
Ooh, baby liked it, huh?
it was good.
You have enough.
12.
Ooh, I liked it.
What
A
in
12?
the fuck?
A 12, you think you might be in the right range? You don't know. Maybe you're going cheap.
Huh? I might be going cheap with 12.
You're welcome.
I was thinking 4 gold. I rolled a 12.
Said before you think you might be going cheap.
Okay. Yeah, I'll. How much do you have, Ryan?
12 gold, 25 silver, 83 copper. That's
All right.
everybody.
So I'll take 1 gold from me and 4 gold from you, and leave them on the table.
How much gold are you taking from me?
4.
How much are you leaving?
1. That's the only gold I have.
Making sure.
So what are we doing?
He has deemed 5 goals as appropriate, so we are dropping that on the bar and go.
Taking the booze in the pot.
Yes, sir.
All right. Where are you going?
You said to go to the center, I believe.
That's where the
Towards-
king would be.
Yeah, towards the keep.
Although he was not
So-
sure if the king was at the keep or with the people.
So the center is in the same direction as the keep, right? I'm assuming past it.
Yes. The center is where you were told the keep was.
All right, so I would like to get to the center, do a quick investigation, see if we can find the king. If not, just press forward to the.
All right. Give me an insight check as you move towards what you believe to be the center.
Me or everyone?
Everyone.
What was it? Perception?
Insight.
Insight, even worse. Oh, it's still the same.
All right. The door. As you walk, you realize the city is made of concentric circles, making navigation relatively easy. As you follow the straight paths to the center and avoid the curving paths that seem to go around the city.
The city is well built and easy to navigate. Would you say concentric circles?
Yep.
Concentric circles all the way through.
As you move, you navigate between the frozen bodies, which seem to be more packed towards the gate, thinning as you move towards the center. You occasionally have to climb over or move around waves of water, which you soon realize do in fact come from cracked reservoirs as you pass large stone cylindrical buildings large cracks in their side with frozen water still attempting to pour out from them.
I meant to ask to look out for a sign that indicates a magic shop, but maybe humor me from this point.
You can keep an eye out, sure. You read Dwarven?
Yep.
Alright. Unfortunately, as you move, most of the signs seem to have either cracked, frozen, or fallen altogether, as many of the stores had their hanging shingles shattered in the icy cold. You see no sign of something that would immediately sing to you as magic shop.
We're getting close to the night. I don't want to dwindle things. Maybe after we take care of a scepter, we can be...
As you approach, walking at least a good 1.5 to 2 miles, you find yourselves approaching what you assume to be the center, as what rises before you is a massive ice-coated wall, completely blazing in the sunlight as the snow falls down into the streets. Its towers, once rounded, now glisten with spiked icy tips. The buildings themselves, once clearly domed. However, you see no way inside, as every gate, tower, and wall seems to be coated in sheer ice. You see a number of what you suppose to be based off their uniforms and armor, who have been Dwarven guards, many of them seeming to have joined the rush of civilians running, though many also frozen at their posts. All along your walk through the city, you've heard the murmur and cessations of voices just out of hearing, as if those around you were speaking, but just out of range of your hearing.
I pay closer attention.
As you focus, you can see what appears to be very thin spectral figures moving in an almost of a loop of action as they seem to walk down the street, reappear at their starting point, running down the street, reappearing, walking and chatting with their comrades, reappearing at their start and running once again.
They're reliving their moment of death over and over.
Why are these specters different?
Well, like the barkeep said, not all of them kept their sanity.
So these ones trapped in loop of insanity, reliving final moments, and barkeep and patrons more free.
They were likely caught in the initial blast, based off of what the fortress looks like.
Proximity based?
Instant of death may have been more torturous this close. Could crack any mind.
Place.
Aye, maybe. It does not look like there's a way inside.
I'll begin searching about the outskirts of the keep, seeing if I can find anything.
As you approach, you can tell that the wall, just one side of the wall, is at least 100 yards. And all along it, it seems to be sheer, pure, unmarred ice.
Yards
Yes.
of ice.
I had an idea, but it's stupid. So ignore what I was just...
I hesitate to say that your ideas are stupid, but
Like, use the booze to melt the ice. And I was like, the booze is going to wash away probably.
about the 100-yard span to see if there's any discernible opening or break in the ice or path underground, perhaps, since Kobold.
As you walk along the wall, it seems to be sheer ice, even coating across the gates and entrances. An even layer of ice, not even a curved indentation, as if the ice itself grew up around the walls, filling in the gaps.
Like I said, concentric circles. Maybe we can just go around, possibly.
Ice wall, smooth, fills in gaps. Roof and ground, maybe? No openings on wall. If roof and ground do not know how far go under, I'm going to take that time to start seeing if I can peel away some of the ground in front of the wall.
It appears to be smooth stone underneath the ice that you can see. Even as you chip at the edges of the ice, you can see it reform as your blade moves away.
How tall is the wall?
Oh shit!
It's at least 40 or 50 feet high.
Smooth stone underneath, ice reforms.
The whole city cannot be like this. The whole bloody city.
You know the city much better, know people much better, not know if have dealings with kings, but perhaps their escape tunnel?
There would be, but it would be blocked off. Or perhaps, such as the outpost tunnel one might lead there. Well, they were all kept secret. If the king was in there, I fear we may not be able to get to him. Though, he did have a penchant for touring the taverns. Perhaps he could be down in the wizard's den, or down in the forges.
Oh yes. Other barkeep said that to us. Not his bar, but other bars.
Aye, it's a dwarven city. There's a lot of bars.
Could the wizard's keep have potentially been protected from this?
Dwarves don't make the best wizards, though they tended to be craftsmen and diviners. That's possible, but I doubt it if the whole city's like this. And if they did, I'd imagine they would have fled as soon as after if possible.
Eric's not know much of gods, but here talk of Forge. Possible go to Forge, be closer to Moradin? Fear of what coming?
Aye, the Temple of Moradin's down there as well. It's possible. Aye, if there's anywhere. Surely the temple would have held out.
Also think bar closer to God. It makes sense for a king to go there.
If he had the warning in time, aye.
Even if he did not have the warning, perhaps he was just making his rounds in the city. Would that not be his favorite bar? Closest to the keep? Closest to his god?
The king was a friendly sort. He had friends in every bar. He didn't have a favorite. He often said it was his duty to be known all about the city, for they were his folk. He was a good king.
Not in
So we
question.
try there first then.
Alright, so
The king's cup's just around the circle here.
You lead us then bar to bar.
Ha! My frozen city, and I'm on a bar crawl. Boy, the world is truly a strange place.
Well, your favorite bartender, his name was Leaf, yes?
Aye.
You said you enjoyed your drink. What better man?
Aye. It's also possible he may have made his way down to the marketplace. It's where the strangers came. The humans, the elves, the halflings, the gnomes. It's possible. He wandered among them as well.
Then we follow the ghost of a ghost.
Bars first. Unless we're skipping the marketplace.
We can just follow the circles down back towards the gates. We'll hit almost every bar along the way. Hell, we'll hit everything along the way. It's just a matter of how long it takes.
Then we should go.
That's the plan. I'm at a loss.
I am following X. Letting him lead the way.
You're at a loss, and we're at a shortage of answers.
To the King's Cup, then.
As we were.
To the King's Cup.
Alright, so
Just a quick thought before we head out. Jay, do you have one in the chamber? Try melting some of this.
Well, we saw it regrow. I'm not sure if my measly fire might be able to put a dent in it. Do you want me to try?
Measly. I'm going to mock you for measly. Sort of. I'm being good about my current persona.
Perhaps we should save it. Never mind. You're right about the regrow. Alright, let's head on.
I was thinking we could build a 40-foot ladder. Well, I don't know how to lash.
What was that word?
I meant to say lash.
Alright, well, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Let's go.
I didn't feel like you did interrupt. I thought that was fairly worthy. Alright,
Right.
so to the King's Cup.
So you walk about just around the first corner of the circle, of the keep, around the circle, and you see a large structure emblazoned with a golden cup on its face. A sheen of ice covers it, and you can see the door seems to have been shattered inwards by some kind of force. Will that be the King's Cup? Seen better days.
Whole city has.
Aye.
And I.
The barkeep be, Olin. I'll wait outside if you don't mind. I don't reckon I want to see more of my friends' suspectors.
I'll turn and give a short nod. Understanding, I think, and I'll enter the King's Cup.
A similar sight greets you to the first tavern you entered. A number of patrons, many of them with looks of terror on their face. Many, not even with that, literally mid-drink, simply frozen in their place. A dwarf stands mid-pull on a tap, the ale itself frozen on its way down to a mug.
Addressing the frozen figure. Olin, perhaps?
The specter appears next to him. Oi! Aye. The dwarf looks almost positively ancient, even by dwarven standards. His beard rests down by his shins, and his hair in spectral white braids down his back. One eye appears to be glazed over, blinded even in spectral form. Olin be I.
Is this, just out of curiosity, is this spectral form different than the frozen form from what I can see?
Looks pretty similar.
Okay, I didn't know if there was like some manner of like age in between. Alright, hello Olin. Here,
What'll you be having there, little one?
Ooh.
His good eye seems to squint a bit. You be down with a rash? You look mighty funny.
Am kobold, not dwarf.
A kobold? Here? Guards! Guards! A kobold!
Afraid guards won't help. Part of why Eric's here. Try find source of what happened.
You rat-infested kobold, get out of me bar! And he throws a spectral mug at you that vanishes before leaving his hand.
If you please, Olin.
Guards! Guards! A kobold!
Easy there, Elder. He's one of the good ones. Relax.
There be no good kobolds. Damned elf! Kobold! Guards! Guards! After a moment, he seems to reset, and you see him pouring a mug of ale once again, spectrally.
I'll pull a hood over my head and address him the same as I started.
Ah, what'll you be having, young master?
Just a pint of ale, if you don't mind. And if you have time for question?
Raspy throat. Sounds like an ale is just what you need, lad. That'll be 5 copper. And he slides a spectral mug across the table, disappearing before it reaches the edge.
I'll fish around and place a hand on the table.
That's what a bar's for, though, is questions. Ask away, young master.
See, you and all patrons interrupted all of a sudden.
Interrupted? What do you mean? Hi! What's everybody doing? Flash. And he's back to pouring a mug.
Started off again. Same process.
Hi, young master. What'll you be having?
Pint of ale and a question.
5 coppers for the pint, boy.
Yep, same thing.
You sure you're old enough?
Yep.
Yeah, might small.
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
He seems to peer down at you. He seems to peer down at you, trying to get a good look with his good eye.
I kind of shirk a little bit away. Looking for King. He here recently?
Oh, the king. Nah, he is a mighty lad. But nah, he not be down here. Last I heard, he was checking in on the wizard's progress.
Wizard progress on what?
Why, on the project. The grand project. Them scriveners and diviners say there's something be coming. But, wait, what's everybody doing? What's wrong? Ah! Flash. He's back to pouring an ale.
Turning to the door, Pavu and Jay. Not sure I get much more.
Sounds as if we need to go to the wizards.
Olin seems to fade away as you stop paying attention to him.
We've gotten what we can here. Let's head out.
To next. I'll leave and approach Sven and say, sounds like we need to see wizards.
Is he there? Is he actually there?
The king?
No, Olum. Is he one of them?
Faint. Loopy, but yes.
Poor Olum. That ancient bastard stood up to more than this. It's a true shame to have him go down in the cold. Oh, he said he came here for the heat. Loved the heat. Missed the forges. Missed the heat of battle. Figured, being near the king and pouring ale and hearing the stories, wouldn't hear warm his bones as much as the heat.
It's a rare opportunity to say goodbye to the dead. You sure you don't want to go?
I cannot face him. Not another one.
If we finish job correctly, maybe a way out. If gods do this to dwarves, maybe other gods fix.
Maybe Moradin fixes. He is the Forge Master. I cannot imagine any other gods would take their time Else why would it still be like this? The gods have not shown my people mercy.
Just saying opportunities. Not know what, but paths.
So you want to go to the next bar then?
Olin spoke of King checking in on wizards for project.
I didn't know. I was away for a while. I never really kept up on what the projects were. There's always something going on.
I feel our best path would be to go to the wizards, because if the king is still there, he could just tell us where the path is.
Well, the wizard's tower be down that way, he says, pointing to the opposite side of the city from which you came.
So we go.
Perhaps the cold didn't descend that deep. That would be good. Even just seeing a non-spectral body would do me heart good, at least to know some people passed on. So that's where we go then.
That's where we go. And as for passed on, there are those you freed in tunnel.
I can only hope their souls went to rest in the forge.
Small in number, maybe, but not insignificant.
You're wiser than you look, Kobold. Wiser than most of your species. Thank you. Let's go.
Eric's is a kobold of a different color.
And Sven starts leading the way, his shoulders slumping more and more as he sees his frozen folk all about. And we'll end the session there.
Alright.
Did you want to say something before we end?
No, I was gonna follow. That's all I was gonna do.
1,000 XP.